kind of organic shape. Should be kind of fun. So let's open up our UV/image editor. And first of all, the first thing I always try is Smart Unwrap. That is actually not bad. However, yeah, I can't be sure of what's what. Let's try 29 or 30. That gives me close to the results. I could just project from view because I really only need to texture this, so I could just go project from view. Now that's going to give me all of the faces. They're all going to be in there, which I don't want. But I could pin the outside verts. I could also just make that a separate object, the actual part where the tread goes. That would make things easier. If we took, that ring right there, all the way over to this ring, is that the same? And then, oh, that's not going to work. Let's go right from the center ring then. Numpad plus with control. Let's separate that into a different object. So P, separate by selection, because that can just be a standard tire texture or material. Ooh, that ruins the view a little bit, maybe. Doesn't look proper. Would you notice it with the treads there? Let's find out. Grab along Z, -5. I mean 5. Not really, eh? That could work. Let's see if that makes our job easier. So, take this. Again, it doesn't matter what's on the other side, so it doesn't matter if it projects the same image on the other side. So let's just go to edit mode, U, project from view. So that gives us a fairly nice mesh that I think we could do some good photoshopping on. Nice and round, it doesn't have the distortion that we had before. So let's save this, export UV layout to my UV unwraps. I'm going to call it, I'm just going to make a new tire, off-road, a new tire, new folder. Why do I keep mixing my words? Off-road tire, create new directory. I'm just going to call this tire walls diff.png. 1024 by 1024. Let's double it up. 248 by 248. We can always make it smaller. Yeah, that'll work. Export that. Let's pop to Photoshop. I'll save this. I should have saved it as a different instance. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to undo all that. I'm going to go back to where I split these apart. Ooh, I can't possibly. Toggle edit mode. Okay, so where we... Let's just undo to their one object again. So that would be tire 001 needs to get out of there. File save as, I'm going to go off-road tire. And then I'm just going to hit the plus to add a 1. And then I'm going to reopen what we had. The UV unwrapped one. Okay, cool. Let's jump into Photoshop. Or Corel Painter could be fun, but I'm not used to it yet, so I'm just going to use Photoshop. Alright, let's open up our UV layout. Make a new layer. below the UV layout, I'm going to fill it with white. I'm going to call my UV layer UVs. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to make one more new layer. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. Alright, so basically, why is my zoom not working? Oh, Photoshop, why are you being a pain in the butt to me? Everything's being a pain in the butt to me today. Oh, am I in 3D mode? No. That'll work, I guess. I don't have screencast keys. I don't feel like starting my external screencast keys program, but I'm just gonna play with making a white wall. So I need to make a circle. So an ellipse. I need to find the center point. That would help too. Whatever, we'll just guess. So Alt Shift. That was a pretty close guess. So somewhere around there for the outside. Actually, I want to. No, you know what? I don't want a white wall. Let's undo that. I just want the actual entire text. So let's call these. I'm going to do it in black first. Big size. It's going to be bigger than that even. Let's try like 112. Maybe even 128. Might even be bigger yet. But let's call them Blender Stone. Blender Fire. R35. Actually, I'm going to go off. Well, I can't do caps. Come on. Off-road edition. So now I just need to stretch this around this. Now there is a fast way to do this. I'm using Photoshop for probably 15 years now. I still don't know all the ins and outs. I think you can use a shape as a path too. So if we took our ellipse we were going to originally make, and then centered it. I just saw a tutorial on how to do something very similar too. Let's see if I can type around this. Yeah, so I can go Blender, whoops, it's in caps still. Blender Fire off-road edition. And then just to keep things simple for now, I am going to simply duplicate that somewhere around the middle here. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Let's see, let's rotate that. I don't have to rasterize it. No, okay, perfect. So let's just rotate that till it's right up and down. Should be 45 degrees, perfect. Yep. Well, not 45 degrees, perfect, I guess. Something like that. It's good enough for just a first attempt, just a test. We will hide this ellipse. Get rid of this original one. I want to scale this down though. Maybe 80%. I want to make the text bigger. No, not 80%, maybe 90. Yeah, that's nice and centered, alright. Now let's edit the text. Select all, and let's turn it into, let's try like 200. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. And you know what? We're even going to get rid of everything past here. Oops, the other direction. And then you could add something like R17. Actually, we'll do something like this. Let's see if it'll fit. There we go. Cool. So yeah, off-road, 750 millimeters, so 3/4 of a meter wide. Even though we know it's about 10 feet wide, I'm just going for coolness factor. Dash 82, so that's the diameter to width ratio. CP cross ply, 44 inches. And then N is the load rating, and the rest didn't fit. You gotta make that smaller, I guess. Or no, sorry, N means that it's good up to 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers an hour. So I like the look of that. So now we need to turn it white, because this is gonna be a white wall. And let's see what a bevel and emboss looks like. Oh, it's hard to tell. That could look cool, but I think a normal map would make it look better, in my opinion. We could try that. We'll try it and see what it looks like. We can always delete that, and then afterwards we could make a normal map, because I'm gonna make a normal map no matter what eventually. So let's save that. I'm gonna save the PSD just so I can come back to it, and I'm gonna save it as the PNG. And all we gotta do is open it now. Yeah, should be good. Ooh, did I leave the markings in there? Yes, I did. Let's resave that. Turn off the UVs, my bad. Alright, save that again. Come on, where are you? Reload the image. There we go. Now let's get our material for the tire 001. Is that the piece we're working with? No, the original tire. So let's make our material rubber. And let's go into the node editor quick. Get rid of the UV editor for now, actually. And I've got the node wrangler, so I'm just going to go add texture setup and open up my tire wall diff. And there we have it. Other than the fact that it's not I need to paint the rest of the tire, but there, that's the basic text, and it looks kind of 3D. That actually works pretty decently. Let's add some bump mapping and see what it looks like. Let's turn our sun on. Where are you? Vector, bump, color into height, normal to normal, right? Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's give it a little bit of glossiness. So I'm gonna add in a glossy shader. Yeah, I'll keep it there. I'll show you a little trick. Take these, merge selected nodes using shader mix, just like that. Boom! Shakalaka-laka. Want it hardly reflective. Something like that, just to start with. Take tire 001, give it the rubber material. Ooh, I need to make a duplicate of that. We don't want that. We need to... This is going to be sidewall.mat. Then we'll go to tire 001. We'll make a single user copy, and we're going to call this rubber.mat. rid of all this stuff. There we go. So yeah, basically we just need to take that color and put it into Photoshop. So just grab the hex code, run into Photoshop quick, take layer 1, I'll just duplicate it just to be safe, fill it with that color, paint bucket, just like that. We'll save it. I'm going to save the PSD, and I'm going to save the PNG. You can open PSDs in not Pixar, PNG, in Blender, but they're a lot bigger, so this will be like 400 KB or whatever compared to, 6 or 7 megs. Alright, and now let's just reload the image. There we go. Just for some reason it wouldn't reload from the node editor. So that is the start of our tire. So now all we have to do is take the tread, or I guess the empty, grab along the Z. How many units was it? 5? Yeah. Put on our lugs, our rim, the hub. Let's give them some quick materials just so I can call this a somewhat finished tutorial many hours later. I really wanted to create this. I'm going to save this before I lose it. So let's just go to the node editor. I'm only working with the center, so I can just do that. So first of all, the rim. Let's make a new material called, let's call it stainless or something. And I'm going to time-lapse this. You've all seen me make materials a million times. I need to get the sun around here so we can see the chrome. And stainless, that is. So let's find out where it is. It's on the wrong side, yes. So I need to grab it along the X. Oh, I'd set this up so perfectly before. Now I'm messing it up. Let's go 16 units, I guess, and then I should be able to rotate it -45. Oh, 3D cursor. Rotate -45, or -90, I mean. That should point roughly at it. Cool. Back to rendered view. Oh yeah, now we can see that. That's looking cool. Alright. So I'll bump up the samples a little bit so I can handle it. Save this again. Go back to rim. Yeah, I'm happy with that for now. It's a little bit shiny. Make it a little more diffuse. Maybe 0.2. Turn the roughness up to 0.1. Pure white with sharp. Looking nice. It's a little white looking. Let's see. Maybe the diffuse color a little darker. Yeah, that no, that looks a little fake. A little bit lighter. That looks good enough for me. Maybe not sharp. Maybe the old school Beckman. New school, old school doesn't make a lot of difference. We'll go like that for now. Alright, I'm happy enough with that for now. Until we actually go in and texture it, make scratches and stuff. And then the hub cover we want to be completely chrome, so we're going to add a new material. This is going to be chrome.matte. And this can be very easy. Actually, I could just nah, too late. This I want to be sharp with a roughness of like 0.062 is my favorite. That's 1/8 in thousandths of an inch terms. Under sharp, pure white. And that gives you basically perfect chrome. You can see the lug nuts reflecting in them. And I want the chrome, or the lug nuts to be probably the chrome as well. Lug nuts would be chrome in real life. That looks kind of cool. Although I will be editing the lug nuts after. Maybe let's try stainless, see what it looks like. Nah, I like chrome better. Alright. So that's the basic tire for now. Save it. At a later date, I will make a revision to this tutorial, and we'll work on we'll do a different tread. We will make all the actual maps, the spec maps, the displacement maps, the whatever. We'll make the lug nuts look like actual lug nuts. We'll make a better rim. But that is a tire, an off-road tire. I've wanted to make one forever, and I finally actually accomplished it. I love the look of that. That would fit on a vehicle very nicely. Looks nice. Can't wait to put it on something. But either way, it's a good asset to have for now. I like it. So yeah, I'm going to save that, make sure everything's packed. It is. Perfect. Alright, cool. One last thing we can do is we can move cursor to center. We can add a lattice in, scale it up to be the same size as the tire. So we'll scale along the Z, scale along the X, grab along the X a little bit. Looks like it's not quite centered perfectly. Ooh. And scale along the Y. And then we need to subdivide it a bunch of times, I think, or you can't subdivide a lattice. I've never really used lattices before. Oh, it's in here. Alright. Point in new direction. There we go. Need to add in, let's try 6 each direction. I want nice quads. I don't think we need that many. Maybe let's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Maybe up at 1. No, that's not. Well, yeah, like that. That's nice quads. I like that. Then we will go to our tire and add a lattice modifier. Choose our lattice. And do the same for tire 001. We could rejoin them, but no, we couldn't because of the UVs. But I'm just going to add the same modifier, the lattice modifier. The strength I'm going to keep as 1 on both of them. Now if we take the lattice and edit it and grab a point, it should affect the shape of our tire. But it's not. What the heck? Oh yeah, there you can see it. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to make it look like it was like there was a lot of weight on the tire, you would grab. I need to apply to the treads too. That's the problem, and they're all different pieces. So shoot. I guess I didn't think of that ahead of time. I guess in this, you know what, I'll save this, and then I'll save another one. I'll do this as off-road tire 2 _ lattice, and then I'll just join all of these treads. Give me a minute. Didn't screw anything up, I don't think. And I will add the same modifier to that. So now if we edit the lattice, you can see it stretches the tire. So if, like I said, if you wanted to make it look like it was weighed down, you could just move it along the Z a little. What else could you do? Yeah, basically you could make it look like anything. If you wanted to make it look like it was rolled up against something, you would just pull those in. You could do that. You could pull it out to change the size of the tire, and it's going to affect it in rendered view too. Obviously, it's going to stretch everything. So if I undo that, you can see it looks like it's let me turn on perspective. It kind of looks like it's sitting on the ground and it's stretched a little. So yeah, kind of cool. So that is that after many hours of messing around. I don't know, I don't think I'm going to edit this. I think I'm going to leave it all there for you guys to see, because I warned you at first. This is going to be a very long tutorial in the end, and I've never really done this fully before, but I want you to kind of see how it's done and mistakes not to make. I wonder what happens if you smooth out the treads. That looks kind of interesting. It looks fake, but interesting. What if we added a edge split and turn the angle up to 89? Not quite that much. Let's try like 40, 50. Something above 50. I actually like the look of that. I'll keep that there for now. So there, let me set up my camera. Ooh, it's pretty close. So I'm going to turn on my camera. I'm going to select it and Shift F. I'm going to use a different camera preset. I don't have my favorites in here, but someone was saying a full frame 35mm camera is a good camera to use. Change the focal length. I'll keep it at 35. That's the whole reason it's there, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's my basic tire. I'm going to zoom this camera in a bit more. There we go. Let's give it a quick render. And there you have it. That is our rendered tire. I'm just going to save that. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you did, from the team here at BlenderTech.com. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please like it and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. We're now on Twitter at twitter.com/blender_tech. That's at blender_tech, and Facebook at facebook.com/blendertechpage, all one word. If you want a hard copy of our video, just let us know. If you dislike this video for some reason, please tell us why so we can improve based on community input. We also take requests, so see you next time. Remember, create your way.